Let's see, 10 seconds in. Okay, awesome. Looks like we are officially live. Let's get a little bit of Mod Podge in there. Just a little bit. Let's see, I know I want to thicken up the layer of the gold sparkles. We already have them here on the fangs, and I really like how that looks. But, whoops. Could use just a little bit thicker of a layer. Let me make sure my phone actually stays put. There we go. All right. Hello and welcome to those of you who are joining the live stream. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support in this. For those of you who may be just joining in for the very first time, this is a spray painting that I did a while back. It was just under inspiration from a previous painting that I did, but it sat for the longest time because it just felt like it wasn't exactly finished. It wasn't ready for me to hang it up on the wall. Something just didn't quite feel right. So I held on to it, and years later, I thought, you know what? I can put something on top of this. And one of my friends ended up having an anniversary just last month. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make her something. So I pulled up a gaboon viper skull. She loves everything having to do with reptiles and snakes. And here is the reference photo that I printed off of Google. Now I did not trace this. You can look back in the previous live streams to see how I got it on there. I went in with pencil and by hand, just looking at the page and doing my best to draw down what I could see of it. And this is what we got. So I am perfectly well within my rights to have this. I'm not selling it. This is for a gift. And copyright laws are, first off, they're a big pain in the butt. But secondly, that was an inspiration picture I did not trace. So for today, we are going to go in with some details up here towards the top of the skull, where we've got some more fracture lines. I want to shade the eye cavity a little bit better. We're going to use both these for that. Darker shade, lighter shading, all that good stuff. And I will be able to answer any questions you guys have. Feel free to ask me anything as long as it's family friendly. If I don't answer it, it might not be that I am just simply ignoring you. It's most likely I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. But if your answer does not, or if your question does not get answered during the live stream, you can always put it down in comments on any of my videos or message me directly through Instagram. And I will do my best to answer the question you have to the best of my ability. If there are any artists who are watching the live stream, I would like to pick your brains a little bit. What kind of sealants do you use to lock in your creations? Because this is right now loose glitter, and the Mod Podge I am laying down is matte glitter, or not glitter, but it's a matte formula. So it will dry rather flat and muted on top of the glitter. And while that would look pretty cool, it's not exactly what I'm going for. I want the glitter to stand out, but I want to keep the glitter on the canvas, and more importantly. I'm going to try and do an even fade from darker to lighter. Wish I knew I would use baby powder when face painting. Interesting. Come on. That actually looked like it worked pretty well. But yeah, I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have. I do have an art show coming up. It won't be until next month, unfortunately. But if you are in the area of Kelso, Washington, Longview, Woodlands, all in Washington State, and you see something that you would like to see in person, send me a message over on Instagram, and I will hold on to those things for you. I can send you pictures. I can send to you a video so you can see for yourself if there's anything you'd like to see in person and potentially purchase. I will definitely hold on to them for you. Unfortunately, I am not able to do shipping at this time. I am quite limited regarding funds, and in order to ship one of my paintings out, I would need to have a custom-made uh, shipping shipping box bag in order to protect the piece because a lot of my canvases are stretched canvas, and they have a tendency to not only warp but to become damaged. Just a little bit of consistent pressure will it'll push the fibers apart in the canvas, and the canvas will no longer sit flat. I mean, some people can get really creative with it, but I wouldn't want to give a warped art piece to somebody, unless they asked me to like do something weird and funky with it. And some kind of 3D art or something. If I get done with this, pretty easy. The video is titled Finishing Touches. I do have a backup piece. I am finally going to take this piece that we did from one of our previous live streams. And I don't know about you, but I see a seahorse right in there. So I'm going to go in with a pencil, outline it, and then go over it with one of my gold paints. So I feel like that's good on its own, but it could be so much better. So yeah, there'll be lots of opportunities to answer questions, or if you guys want to see a particular art piece, just do your best to describe it, and I'll see if I have it with me right now. I don't want to go too heavy with this glue. So maybe you all who are watching, tell me, is the trends that was going on a couple years ago, the oddly satisfying trend, is that still relevant to today? Because the tub that I have for my pour paintings, it's getting time to clean it out. And if that's something some of you would like to see, you know, if peeling paint is oddly satisfying for you, you find it enjoyable, then I could definitely put together a video and showcase it just for fun, just to be silly and weird. I mean, I do understand the appeal. But if that ship has sailed, then it's kind of like I'll just take care of it on my own. But if it's something you guys want to see, just let me know. I'll save it. I'll save it just for you. I think maybe I will outline the fangs just a little bit. Maybe just on the backside. The gold is unfortunately a little extra chunky. It did not really want to stay on the canvas too well. I was hoping some of the star flakes that were in there would stay put, but maybe they will with the sealer. Okay, gamer chick gonna win. Looks like she's down for the oddly satisfying paint. What did I just call it? Oh my wow. Paint cleanup of the void. Oh yeah, also, for those of you who do have YouTube channels or know a little bit of video editing, what systems or apps do you use? I'm limited to mobile right now, so I have one, and I keep getting copyright claimed here and there, but it doesn't stop the video from actually playing. It's just more of a nuisance, and it just delays everything by, a couple extra hours. And I'm looking to find something better. And I would much rather prefer it be free services, free video editing, if at all possible, just because funds are a little scary right now. So, yeah, I'd love to know what you guys do. Alrighty, let's see. Well, as I did mention, if I was to finish this pretty early, then we'd work on the other one. Or you know what? Let's bring the gold on the fangs a little bit higher up. I'm gonna scooch you guys over here. It's gonna look a little weird on camera. I would like to bring the gold up a bit higher. Just up towards the top here. Oh my goodness. My dog is upset. No idea why. There might be a deer in the yard. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that was a lot of gold. All right. Now to set this somewhere safe, and we will work on the other one. Here's one last final look before I put that away to dry. I do still need to seal everything. And I'll see if this time I can get the glitter shake on camera. I tried to do it week before last where I tapped the glitter off and I wanted to get all cinematic with it, but it unfortunately didn't work out the way how I wanted it to. I will be right back. There we go. Here I am. I want to make sure that Little Miss Muffin doesn't end up having glitter paws, as cute as that would be. All right, let's turn this into a seahorse. I'll just set that aside and hope that I can actually see everything with a pencil. I mean, the image is pretty much already there. So let's just, yeah, let's just wing it. There we go. Got the gold paint on the side. And let's see, where are my paintbrushes? Yeah, we can just use this one. So, what has everybody been up to this week? What kind of fun projects have you been working on or being a part of? And yes, I am taking artistic liberty with this one. Maybe I'll cover with this one in glitter too. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Work and school. Yeah, I imagine that's a good portion of my audience right there. I think as long as I'm selective as to where I put down the gold, I might be able to pull out certain details without it being too incredibly obvious. Kind of like help the brain create the image for you instead of having to search for it. Kind of like when you're driving down the freeway and you see a face on a car, your brain just kind of does it for you. That kind of a thing. This pour painting paint does not make good paint, but it's what I got. There we go. And I know this will dry pretty thin. Checker, are you wanting to leave me? Hi. Okay, gotta let my dog out. Be right back. Here you go, sweetie. Okay, and I'm back. Love the sparkles. I'm so glad you do. I also enjoy the sparkles. I just want to make sure they stay where I want them to. So far, I've been really good about not finding sparkles anywhere other than on the canvas. So maybe I'm immune to sparkles. Or they're just really good at hiding and I don't notice them because I'm not in the right light too. I don't know. Okay, and some seahorses actually have these little tendrils flowing off of them, which always looks super cool. Although I think those ones are typically called sea dragons rather than seahorses. So let's play around with those a little bit. I mean, like, how could you not with how wispy this poor painting is? Next Monday, I would like to do this technique again. That was really fun. This actually came from um, a viewer during one of my previous pour paintings who suggested that I take 1 cup, fill it up with red red paint, then take another cup and fill it with black paint. And with one on either side of the canvas, pour them together and see what happens. Now, rather than keeping things monochromatic, I decided to add in all of the different reds that I've mixed and all of the different shades of black that I've mixed. And this was the result of it, so clearly a win. Okay, let's give them a nice big eyeball. Few more tendrils here and there. And once this paint dries, perhaps it'll just take another layer, or I'll kind of leave it a little translucent like that. But I do want the eye to be big and gold. If you've ever seen pictures of sea dragons with their eyes, or even like lionfish with their eyes, it's just so beautiful. I want to try and do something like that. This is already looking really cool. And then let's just highlight these ones here. Kind of look like neck scales. Hearts for Saf. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry I didn't see your comments earlier. Thank you so much. Every Monday, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I go live here on YouTube, and typically I do pour paintings on Mondays. It's a technique that anybody can do, and my mission in this is to inspire others to give it a try. So I think when next Monday rolls around, I think I will take out my dollar store paints that look like this. And I will do this kind of pour painting with the dollar store paints. Not entirely sure if everything will work the way how I want it to, which is kind of exciting, kind of nerve-wracking. But it is an experiment to see what'll happen. I think I'm going to further outline these little crevices over here. By the way, this looks much brighter on camera than it is in person. LOL, just don't jinx yourself. Thanks. Pretty sure that stuff like that only applies if you realized it happened. Or somebody else points it out. I mean, I'd like to think I have a good understanding of how the dollar store paints work after using them so often. Or so little. But hey, if we never experimented with anything, we'd never find anything new. Oh, yes. And so if you guys remember last Monday's pour paintings, my mom stole them. Yeah. I brought them in to show her, and she took them and said thanks. And yeah, they're in her room now. So those ones, unfortunately, will not be for sale. Because, as you know, if mom calls dibs, it's hers. Yeah, I actually have that picture up on my Instagram. So, wow, that's super shiny in this light. But, I mean, I can always try and do more. They're just never gonna turn out the same way they are, the same way they were. But yeah. As always, if there are any certain color combinations you want to see or any particular paint brands, I mostly have Craft Smart, Acryology, Rich Art from the dollar store, and let's see, where's the other one? Deco Art. Those are the paint brands I have the most of. But it's mixing those different brands together that gets you these really unique cell structures. So if there are any color combinations you want to see during my live streams, all you got to do is type down a comment of whatever colors you want to see, and I will make it happen. I do have most colors available aside from most neon colors. I don't have too many of those, unfortunately. I will not be doing Halloween themed colors. At least none specifically. Just because I only have so much paint, I'd really like to try some unique color combinations. Something that you wouldn't really think would go well together. Those are the ones I want to try. Okay, how we doing? That's gonna be nice. Let's see if I can show you what I see. There's too much light going on. There we go. Okay, so this is what I see. This is what I see in person, IRL. This is what you guys see. So this painting is going to be shiny. I like it. Me too. Okay, what else should we do? I feel like we need little bits of something over here. Bubbles of some kind, but like maybe not gold. I don't know. I mean, gold would work. And when the light hits it, you know, you would be able to tell those are bubbles. But like what would be good? I don't know if a little clear glob of Mod Podge would really do something to it, because the light would catch it and you would be able to see a little bit of something. I don't know. Maybe some silver. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's try a little bit of silver. Excuse me for a minute. I haven't used the silver in a while. Okay, let's open this up. Here is silver going in. I think I'm going to be super duper light on this silver, just because I only want it to be a glimmer of something. I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, that's obviously silver. That's obviously gold, you know? So there's the silver. Pretty light, pretty soft. But I'm only going to be using the least amount. So that way, I kind of want it to dry a little on the transparent side, but I still want it to refract or reflect light, sorry. Here we go. Hopefully that works. Let's stick with small bubbles, because I don't want to take away from the main picture. Kind of like this little swirly bit going on here. I think I'll follow it. Just ever so slightly. Since there are different shades of black in here, some areas are kind of darker in person and some areas stand out just a smidgen. So I think highlighting those look really interesting. And I'm really just spreading the silver out because I don't want it to be the main focal point. Maybe do a little bit of silver down here too. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer them. Let's see, how's that looking? Not bad. Again, it looks less vibrant in person. I'm not sure how I will be able to capture that on camera. That's going to be rather difficult. My phone has that auto adjust, so any pinks, like in the sky, shifts to orange or yellow, and any blues, or sorry, any greens or teals want to turn blue. So that's always fun. Really like the wispiness down here. What happened there? Oh, shoot, I think I just rehydrated the black. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, this is what happens when you reuse the same container. Sometimes you accidentally rehydrate old paint. Let's see here. I'm going to bring this back up. Well, okay. I think this is as good as we are getting for today. We are at that mark of 36 minutes. My phone isn't doing too bad today. But all of the light reflecting off of this is pretty wow. But this is what I see in person. So the details are a lot calmer like this versus that. It's going to be fun taking pictures of. And for those of you interested, here is the void, the very thing that I work out of, my studio, my my place of business, all right here. Let me move these things out of the way and I'll give you guys a grand tour. Ta-da! The void in all of its mess and glory. These were from the last Monday's pour painting. Popsicle sticks that fell through on accident. Got some paint skins. Yeah, it's high time to clean this out. This is how I can do pour paintings indoors without having an official studio set up. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I did it this way. It is by far the easiest to clean up, easiest to move around, and it makes catching paint actually pretty easy. It contains the mess, and you don't have to worry about paint dribbling down onto your shoes or your clothes. I just need to spend a day to clean it. Let me zoom you guys down in there. Whee! So yeah, this is the void. My place of work, my place of business, where I do all my pour paintings. It's literally a plastic tub that I picked up from Walmart. And it has served its purpose well. Let's see if I can... Oh, some of this paint is actually kind of crispy. Oh, is it ready to come up already? Turn you guys this way so you can see it. There we go. All right. Here you go, gamer chick. Just for you. I mean, some of these are actually really pretty. Oh, goodness. Let go. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to let go. Yeah, it's not all going to come off in one sheet. I'm sorry. So I guess it's not so satisfying, but... Ta-da! Look at how clean it is now. Here it is. all of previous Monday's pour paintings. Oh, that looks kind of fuzzy. It's almost like plastic. Some of these are not quite thick enough to pull up in one sheet. Oh, that's pretty. Recognize any of those color combinations? Ooh, that's cool. Those are like little miniature paintings. I like it. All right, well, now I did it. I've got glitter all over my hands. You're welcome. I am gonna go take care of this mess. And I will see you guys next Monday, 2 o'clock. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to find out when I am going live and be a part of the live streams so you can send me comments, any color combinations you want to see. I want to create them. You can check out my Instagram channel, same one as my YouTube name. There I post update pictures of the different things that we've worked on for that Monday. And I also give announcements. All right, I will see you guys next Monday, 2 o'clock. Bye for now.